99% of blown accounts can be saved by this one thing, and I promise if you can fix this, it'll change your trading forever. If you're a trader who's ever been in a trade and the minute it starts going against you, you move your stop loss and all of a sudden a big nuke comes out of nowhere and just blows your account, if that's been you, then you owe me a subscribe because I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that. Even if moving your stop loss didn't blow your account, it definitely made you take a bigger loss than you expected, which is exactly what you don't want. Having negative risk to reward is one of the worst things in trading, and how that usually happens is taking much bigger losses than you should, which comes to moving your stop loss. I'm going to go over a time this week that I had to trust my stop loss, and all of you guys watched me do it live. And what was the outcome? You guys are gonna have to wait to the end of the video to see the live example with the screen recording so you guys know it is not fake. There's two ways of not trusting your stop loss. The first way is that you put a stop loss in the first place, and once price gets to there, you keep moving it and moving as price goes against you, thinking price is going to reverse, and it never reverses, and you end up either blowing your account or taking a much bigger loss. The second way is getting into a trade, but the minute it starts going against you, you close before it even hits your stop loss, not trusting where you put your stop loss in the first place. I think that is just as bad as moving your stop loss, because when you first get into a trade, you're accepting that risk. So once it starts going against you, you have to trust in where you put your stop loss. If you close early, the worst feeling, which it comes down to psychology, is once you close and it actually swings back into profit and hits your TP without even hitting your stop loss. Here's how that happened this week on a trade I called live where we got close to stop loss. A bunch of people did close, but no, I did not close. You could see the screen record. You could see everyone who did hold spamming W's right here, and it ended up being an amazing trade where if I would have closed before I hit my stop loss, I wouldn't have got to gain all the profits that I did. So let's get right into the trade. So you can see here we are on NASDAQ. As I zoom out, you can see right now we're on the 1 minute because I do like trading on the 1 minute, but if we go out to the 1 hour, the whole reason as to why I wanted to take buys in the first place is, yes, we were in this minor little retracement, but where did we retrace to? Into this 1 hour demand. So we're sitting in a point of interest for me, and not only are we sitting into there, but as you saw, every time we made a high and a low, we made a new lower high and a lower low, and once we got to this area, we actually rejected and failed to make a new low right here, which to me is showing that this actually could be an area of reversal for price to continue back up. I understand that even when price moves far in a direction, we have to retrace at some point into some sort of area of interest to continue the move overall. From here, I'm going to jump down to the 15 minute because once you kind of see on the lower time frames also, we respected this 1 hour demand, made this impulse that was breaking structure to the upside, and then retraced once again. If we go to like the 5 minute, you can see we are back within this 5 minute demand from this bullish impulse that happened during New York session. So you could see New York held this demand, created this impulse, and now we're holding this low on this whole impulse once again from that previous support. So now as I drop down to like the 1 minute, all I was looking for is a lower time frame liquidation against the direction I want, which is bullish. And then from there, I'll look for an entry type, which is either a break of structure or inverse for value gap, but I'll show you in a second. But as of now, looking at price, no kind of entry. I saw this 1 minute demand sitting here, but for people who know what early buyers are, I understood that probably a lot of people were trying to like buy really early with their stop losses right below. And if you guys have traded with me, I think liquidity is what fuels the move. So I think that we actually need to wait for early buyers to get in here, come down, stop them out, and then from there, that's the fuel, basically the liquidity we need to continue to move back up in that bullish direction that I want. So I didn't get in off this demand. You'll see price actually comes down, takes out that low exactly like I wanted right here, and then I was just waiting for a trend line break back to the upside or some sort of break of structure that you saw right here. So as I saw this lower time frame break of structure, I had this trend line I wasn't in just yet until I saw this impulse right here. So I got into my first buys right in here after that re-break with my stop loss under this low. Why under this low? Because once again, this is the liquidity, which is the fuel that took out this low that caused this impulse. So if this bullish play or entry model is going to play out, it should not take out this low. This was the liquidation to come higher. We shouldn't take out that low to go high. No, if we take out that low, it should be invalid and we'll probably end up going bearish anyways. So this was this first entry I got in right here. You could see stop loss right below those lows. We kind of consolidated a bit, and then it actually triggered a second entry for me. Why? Because we came down and started holding this low. Once again, I'm going to get rid of this, kind of go like this, and you'll see that we created an inverse for value gap right here to the upside, where I was like, you know what? Because we're holding this low, we're not going to hold the stop loss. If we can hold this low and invert to the upside, I'm going to get into a second position above here and try and once again correct this move at least to the highs up in this area. So I waited patient. We could press play. Waited for that inversion. Once we got into that second trade with what? Stop loss in the same area right below this low, because this was the liquidation that happened prior. that caused this move. We held it over here, caused a second entry that I got in, trying to go for this move back up. And now I'm in two different positions, same idea, looking for that bullish move back up, correcting the move after liquidating. But once again, the whole idea of why I want to show you guys this is trusting your stop loss. As we pulled back, not only did I trust my stop loss, but I got into a second position. But wait just here, we're going to keep going, and what's going to happen? Look at this, guys. For a second time, we reversed all the way to stop loss. I'm gonna pop up right here the live video from my broker that I was screen recording of how close we got to that low where I would have cut. You can see I got like a max $1,900 of drawdown. If it would have hit 2K, I would have gotten out of it. We were so close. We held this low once again where I didn't get into another position after this. I'm just holding my two positions from there. Stop loss almost hit. We held strong on live stream, and then as I press play, what ended up happening, we ended up flying to where I thought, which was to take out these highs up in here, because I understood that there was buy side up in there. We really were just pulling back, taking liquidity to continue the move back up to these highs. So ended up closing up there. Oh, there actually was a gap right in here, was the first place I actually closed at. There's a gap right here that once we came up into here, I kind of closed some partials and whatnot. And then it was, I trade power hour, so it's close to market close. So I end up actually getting out of my positions and not holding over the daily into Asia or whatever, because I don't want to hold for swap fees and whatnot. But this was the move, and it just goes to show, guys, if I would have, in this first position, got out right as we were close to stop loss, I would have taken the first loss, where I actually held, obviously very clean, triggered a second entry where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get in again here, because I wasn't in as much risk as I wanted to at first. And then what ended up happening, a stop loss almost hit once again. Literally, if I take out my measuring tool, you could see 1.5 points away. So this just goes to show, anyone who's on the live stream knows how intense this was. I kind of was sitting there and like, you know what, this was about to be the first loss that we've had in almost a month. So I was like, you know what, getting kind of prepared for, all right, loss was bound to happen, all this type of stuff. No, that 1250 candle happened, which is that 350 Eastern candle, which if you don't know about that, I'll do a separate video on macros and whatnot. But that volume kicked in on that 1250 candle, caught the whole impulse up, we made money, ended up bagging out, which was such a great trade. And it just goes to show, like I said, I want to show you guys that a lot of people who were there and caught it live with me, over 100 people, majority of them caught it and were in, but some people I know for a fact got out and draw down before stop loss was even hit. They maybe over risked or they didn't believe in it. And I'm just telling you guys right now, that comes down to a psychology thing. You have to trust in your trade. Once you get in, you accept that risk off the bat. You don't want to get out early because price, like you could see right here, is that if price goes below this low, I consider that invalid. So if it doesn't do that, it's still valid. Even if we pull back, get super close to it, as long as we don't take out that low, it's still valid. So it just goes to show, trust in your stop loss, guys. Come on. I know you guys can do it. You know you can do it. It's the two things. Like I said, the first off is just, if you have a stop loss in the first place, price starts going against you and you keep moving it and moving it, thinking it's just gonna at some point swing back. No, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna blow so many accounts trying to do that. I would rather you take the loss on the risk you were willing to accept and then look for a re-entry. That is the sauce. That is literally the key. If you do end up in a losing trade, it doesn't matter. Losses happen. Look for a re-entry. Don't just keep holding on to that one trade. Think it's going to swing back to your break even or profit. And that's a whole nother video I have to go over, is it also sucks when like you hold all this drawdown, it swings all the way back up to your break even, you close, and then it goes back up in your direction. It's like, come on, you literally held to all that drawdown. Now you're going to close break even and not even reap the benefit of all the profits that you could make. Like, that's gonna be a whole separate video I'm gonna have to go over for you guys. But make sure you're subscribed and understand that I'm here to help you guys become the best traders as possible. I'm talking from experience of 6+ years of plenty of loan accounts early on, and how I was able to conquer that is one of the main things, especially when it came to prop firms. You're trying to risk a certain amount, like let's say 1%, but you keep holding a little bit past your stop loss and past your stop loss, and those losses stack up and you're closer to that daily drawdown or that overall drawdown much faster than you even expected, because you took a lot larger losses than you expected. All right, I'm gonna end it right there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the clip I'm putting right here of the very ending of kind of once you made profits, everyone's spamming W's. If you want to be a part of those discords, the link is in the description. Make sure you guys are subscribed, join the free discord, and follow me on Instagram. That'll also be linked in the description if you do not yet. And DM me saying you're coming from this video, and I'll DM back. We can talk. Tell me where you are at trading. We'll become friends from there, guys. Go DM me, follow me, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. I love you guys. Peace out. Come on. Jam those W's. Once again, another day. Liquidity sweep, break a structure, tap into here, continuation, guys. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution every single day. Undefeated. You guys haven't seen us lose in forever, guys. Keep coming, keep showing up to all the live streams, guys. You guys will continue to come. We'll continue to eat, make profits like this every single power hour, guys. W's in the freaking chat. I love y'all. Good shit.